Back at the workbench today, and with 2 more freight cars to dirty up. This time, they're both Southern Pacific cars. I don't have to worry too much about overdoing these, as the Southern Pacific washed their equipment about as often as it snowed in Death Valley. Let's get to work. Disassembly of both cars comes first, as always, followed by the base layer of dull coat. The boxcar is up first, and just to try something different, I gave it a base layer of mixed leftover powders. This is just a pile of leftovers I swept up from previous jobs, and contains various browns, grays, and a little white. I then tried to bleach the roof of the car with a little white powder, but I wasn't too fond of the results. Well, hopefully the next round of dull coat for that boxcar will make it look a little less like it got snowed on. While that's drying, I start on the hopper. White and light gray powders will do wonders for this hopper, and help tamp down the strange green color these older blue box center flow hoppers seem to have. I usually do 2 layers of powder for any car, and then decide if I want to go further from there. For hoppers like this, just gray powder is the best way to go for the first layer. So far so good. The hopper goes for dull coat and then to the drying rack, where we again pick up the boxcar. The dull coat did indeed melt the snow, so I'm going to go ahead with the second layer, which is a darker brown. With this car, I have in mind to go for a sooty look, as if this thing has been dragged through every tunnel on Donner Pass by a team of 8 tunnel motors one too many times. Changing tactics on the roof, I apply a darker gray in pursuit of the sooty effect. I like how it's looking, but remember never to fall in love with the weathering on a car until the dull coat has dried. Hopping back to the hopper, I should see myself out for that one. I apply the second layer of powder, just doing gray again. Yep, that's a lot more gray and a lot less green. Dull coat it and set it aside. Back to the boxcar, I like how the sides have turned out and plan to leave them alone, but the roof needs more oily soot. The Pan Pastel comes out and I apply the darkest gray to the roof quite liberally. Okay, with a little luck this will be the last round of dull coat for the boxcar. Now the rust-colored Pan Pastels come out, as does an applicator that's a little torn up. I find it does nice rust streaks. I start applying a rust color to the hopper. I focus heavily on the roof and ends of the car, but use a softer touch on the sides. Not looking too bad. I'll dull coat it and see how it looks. Note to self, it's a model train car, not a baton. Don't try to twirl it. While all that was going on, the boxcar dried and I was satisfied with how it looked, so it was reassembled at this point. Looking at the hopper, it seems to me that it needs more rust on the underside and inside the ends of the car. No problem. Same applicator, different places. I go to shake some loose powder off and there went the coupler. After bending the coupler box cover back to shape, then snapping it and the coupler back in place, the application continued. I think that'll do it. One last round of dull coat to seal it in, then the hopper gets reassembled. And there we have two cars that now look like they belong on the old sufferin' Pacific. Here's the now mandatory before and after of each car. I think I'll forego my usual moral of the story closure and instead offer these pieces of wisdom. Don't twirl a car like a baton. Know how to put a coupler back on when it goes flying across the workbench. Don't be afraid to experiment. Make your cars look filthy and enjoy the world's greatest hobby. Okay, maybe writing a script and voicing a video at 1:20 a.m. isn't the best idea, but hey.